Welcome to the Level Up with Nick Lopez show. Today, I am absolutely pumped to have Kevin Schramm, our third franchise owner and first owner out of state, on the show today. Mr. Schramm, welcome, brother. You are a family man, businessman. Tell me, what is your favorite part of being a dad?
Wow, well, thanks for having me on the channel here, man. Favorite part of being a dad, man, is just being involved and being able to, pave a way that my kids can see how to succeed in life. Just love and lead. And yeah, it's a task, it's a pretty high responsibility to be a dad.
Yeah. So your kids are growing fast.
Yeah, they're already teenagers, 13 and 15.
Is your boy benching more than you?
He is. We did a bench a couple of days ago at the gym, and I hadn't benched in probably 10 years, and I was able to do 135, and he was like, "Is that it, Dad?" And I was like, "Yep."
What did he bench?
Oh, he did 135, but then he did it like 15 times instead of my five.
It's not too shabby.
No, he's a strong boy. He's a
Yeah.
defensive end on his high school team, so he's building strong muscles.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Great. Well, that's fun. Good season of life.
absolutely. You bet.
So not only family man, businessman, but also you were in the Navy.
I was, yeah. I served 4 years in Iraqi freedom. Did 2.5 years out to sea on the USS Constellation on a carrier as a troubleshooter. The other year and a half I was in, we were land-based and just did some detachments out of Washington State, and learned a lot of, abilities, but more so how to relate to different types of people. So, I mean, in the Navy, in military in general, you have a lot of different cultures and people coming from all sorts of the world, and you have to learn to navigate those relationships.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Um, yeah, man. I've told you many times, but thank you for your service. Love it. How do you think that has helped you as a business owner here at Lime?
Probably the biggest thing that I pulled out of the military was how to push yourself beyond what your brain says you can do. In boot camp 101, they just beat you down to where you have nothing left, and then they give you an extra 10% to continue on. And that's what I would say business ownership is all about, is going to the very end and then giving an extra 10% beyond what you think you can do. And that's how you grow. So
Yeah, those continual breakthroughs.
mhm.
Usually you haven't done something. Business ownership is all about coming across new obstacles, crossroads that you've never been through in your life. So breaking through, getting to the other side, persevering through not only the successes, but the adversity, and really the success is a result of breaking through.
100%, man, 100%.
How do you feel like that adversity, those crossroads, breaking through, business ownership, to do it well takes work and intentionality,
Mhm.
right? And so how do you think a franchise system has helped you in being successful?
That's a great question. Um, I would say, hmm, so what I love about the franchise system is it's already paved the way, right? So there's certain things that are going to come across our path or my path that I have someone to lean on to navigate through. But also I have lots of material that I can go through to navigate those. I don't know if they're necessarily problems, but situations that you come up against. And it's not all just on me. I only know what I know and what I've been through. And sometimes on the other side of the wall, it's a scary feeling when you don't know what's going to happen when you walk through that door. But with a franchise system, it's like a brotherhood, a family where we're all going through the same steps together, to a certain level of, circumstances. But it's man, it gives me such peace at night knowing that anything that I come up against, A, you've probably been through it, so you can help me navigate through that. And then B, we have so many new franchise owners come on with different levels of experience and expertise that we have so much input on handling those obstacles, and just persevering persevering through them. So
And you've also, had the opportunity to buddy up with some owners that, have been through it, done it. And then obviously at corporate, myself specifically, to maybe at first interact and dialogue and problem solve together.
mhm.
And over time become more strategic, and those conversations have evolved, but being able to lean on the experience of other owners, yeah, absolutely, 100%. It's one of the most powerful parts of a franchise, that collaboration piece. So you currently own the entire state of Idaho.
Yep, I'm greedy.
It's made up of a couple locations. Tell us about your long-term vision as an owner. How do you plan on developing? Currently you're in Boise, Idaho. You've developed that market. Do you have plans in the future to develop other territories? And do you look for potentially any other territories? What is your long-term uh, goals and objectives in the business?
I lost the first half of that. You just paused on me for some reason. I must have low service on my internet. But basically, because I own all of Idaho, you were wondering why I took all of Idaho. Is that right?
So yeah, my bad.
You're good.
Internet, yeah, tech's great until it doesn't work. That's not so great.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
yeah, I was just saying. So you currently own all of Idaho. So you're based out of Boise, Idaho. You also have a territory up north in Coeur d'Alene. Um, what is your objective from a development standpoint of your territories, and do you have any plans to develop outside of Idaho?
Yeah, no, great questions. So I'm developing Boise right now and just building a team. My objective is to basically get Boise, the Treasure Valley, self-sustained, so I can work remotely in this area, not have to be in the field every day. And my goal for the northern part, because it's 7 hours away, it makes it a little bit more of a strategic planning atmosphere to be able to grow that. And but I'm going to be hiring right out of the gate up north, and training them and then putting them to the field. I've talked to my wife and thought about expansion. Right now in this season, we want to get this up to a $2 million state, and beyond, and then kind of foresee, or not foresee, but plan out from there what we want to do. We love Lime. We love owning Lime, the franchise, but we also have aspirations to go into other fields as well. And so we might use this as a stepping platform to get to our next level in business ownership. We're unclear of how that looks. We're taking it day by day, month by month, and just persevering through the muck to get there. But we're loving every minute of it for sure. So but that's kind of our game plan for right now.
So you spoke to it, right? You've developed Boise. You're building a team. Can you speak to just the ability to build a team and your experience in Lime with the platform to, work on the business, not in it, because you have a unique perspective of starting off as an owner operator. And you know what it's like to work in the business and, now be working on it. And then obviously juggling two territories that are not close to each other, North Idaho and Boise, Idaho. So, what does that look like? The team building component and how it allows you to scale.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. So I lean heavily on Leah training to build my teams. I'm a pretty black and white guy when it comes down to it. If you tell me what to do, I do it with little gray areas.
Mhm.
And that's something that I'm learning to adapt to as a business owner. Not everything's black and white, but I do want to follow the system to the best of my ability. I know that's what works. And that's why I bought into a franchise. So I want my team to understand the values, why we're in business, what we're in business for, and how we do business. And I don't think there's a better platform to be able to put them in touch with that's not Leah, with Lime Elite Academy. And they can do all the training on their own. And then when we get out in the field, I can tweak it, knowing what I want. I'm always about a good team atmosphere, positive, uplifting, encouraging. We'll have lots of team events that we, congregate to the middle of the state or whatever. But I'm about team atmosphere 100%. They got to be in it for the team, not for themselves, or it'll never last. And so that's kind of how I'm going to grow my team. Lots of Zoom calls. I'll be flying my lead VRC up to Coeur d'Alene to also train my new sales associates up there. So we can just get this really family atmosphere and make sure it's long lasting. So hiring's fun, only when they succeed. If you have to hire over and over again, I don't view that as fun or enjoyable. So I want to get the right people in place that are going to be long-term, where I can pay them well, treat them well, and let them know their value with us. And I think that's going to build long-term success.
Yeah. So what do you think has allowed you to retain good salespeople?
Oh, so I'd say 50-50, some luck and then some skill. I think the team atmosphere, knowing that they're not in it alone, is a huge aspect. I always have their back. I'm always there to support them, jump in where I need to jump in, don't feed them to the wolves kind of thing. Every sales job I've ever been at, they put me right in the fire and say, all right, go get the hose and survive. And it's never lasted. It's like, yeah, I survived. I proved that I could do it. But there was no one supporting me. No one had my back from the very beginning. And that's where I kind of differ in my sales approach or my management approach. Is really want to know I care about them. I have their back.
So, you're invested in your team. You're showing them that you have their back.
Yep.
Right. That's important. Have the values at Lime helped you in doing that? Can you share a little bit about the values at Lime?
Yeah, that's actually why I looked at Lime, was love, integrity, mission, excellence. They're just words. And I think actions speak a lot louder than words. And so I try to implement all those into our model, not just to our clients, but to our team, and to our crews that we work with. It absolutely changes the dynamic of a business 100%. Our competition, they try to do what we do, but I see it over and over again. They fail miserably because it comes down to the money aspect, or the time aspect. And with love, it has a lot of grace. And so I show a lot of grace to my team, and our crews that we work with. And I think that elevates us 100% beyond the competition, and our clients really respect and see that.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. yeah, they're just words. And it takes situations to learn what those words actually mean, and to live them out through your business.
You got it.
But at the end of the day, we're all just people coming together, trying to do our best. And at Lime, we're coming together, trying to do our best under these values that ultimately guide us and give us some direction for what we strive to do, right? We're never going to be perfect, and we're going to fall short plenty of times, but those are the values, the words that we're striving to incorporate in our lives.
That's right. 100%.
Um, yeah, I love it. So before you joined Lime, this was a little ways back, but you were working with a consultant, a franchise consultant, and you were looking into some other brands.
We were, yeah.
What ultimately led you to choosing Lime? Because at that time, we only had locations in Colorado,
Yeah.
and I think we only had 5 locations. So you're going to be our first out-of-state owner.
Yep.
And I'm sure the other opportunities you were looking into were much more established. But what ultimately led you to take this leap of faith and join Lime?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I think I'm a little crazy, to be honest with you, because everything logically said that it was the last choice, right, out of my 3 options. But my heart said that's my first choice. One was how engaging you were and willingness to help me succeed. That was a huge factor in deciding. The other one was the profit margins, because we didn't get into business just to be good people. We got in business to make money and create a legacy. And so I viewed the profit margins as phenomenal compared to the other businesses. I'm more of a hands-on guy. I don't like to have a lot of control out of my hands. And that was one of the advantages of Lime is I felt like I could be part of something, help grow it from the very beginning stages, improve the system, and then also level up the system, and you were willing to partner in with me and have me be a part of that. That was huge. The validation was a little interesting because you only had 2 other owners. And I would say that they were both like brothers from the very beginning phone call. We just hit it off. I think relationships are what sells ultimately. And Tyler was phenomenal at giving me all the logistics of the corporation and the financials. And Matt was just phenomenal at building a friend. He's not a money guy. He's not the one that's going to give you exact numbers, but he was very, very good at validating that what he signed up for was true. And so that set my mind at ease after talking to you 3. And I was up for a challenge. I was just fed up with my job. And I was like, I'll just do about anything to get out of there. And it was an option for me to fail. We put everything. We sold our house. We sold my car. We took out an SBA loan. We got in the 401k funds to start the business. So I was all in. My wife still has a job, which was beneficial in the very, very beginning. But yeah, I wasn't going to let myself fail. And you said the same thing. I'm not going to let you fail, man. You're my first out of state. You got to succeed. So there's a lot of weight on my shoulders there. But I thought it was an exciting new adventure. The franchise broker was a huge factor as well in setting my mind at ease. We had been in another franchise before back in 2008 that had went under due to poor management. And so my wife was not on board on franchising at all. And I was like, let's just do something, And the franchise broker walked us through. Kerry, he's a phenomenal guy, still a friend, but just super compassionate and wanted to see us get into something that we could succeed at. So that was mainly the main factors that went into choosing lime.
Yeah. Yeah. And so now you've seen it from, you were talking to, Matt, Tyler, and myself. That was lime.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
were, we were based out of Denver going national.
Hmm. Exactly.
And yeah, you said, hey, look, I want to be a part of growing something. That was exciting. I could take comfort in the people at Lime. There was validation there that the numbers and the business worked for what you were looking for. And you connected and you seen yourself being able to work with the people at Lime. And there was also the other side of the coin, which was, hey, I could be a part of this journey.
Hmm.
That was about a year and a half ago when you started your business, January of 2019 or
Yeah.
2020. No, January 2020.
Yeah. Yeah. That's when we started and we launched. Yep.
Oh, wow. And then COVID hit in March. What a
Yeah.
great what a great first year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of those circumstances, right? And then boom, COVID hits in March.
Mhm. Shut us down from our normal routine.
Yeah. What does the journey look like over the past, year and some months of accomplishing that other side of the coin, which was, hey, being a part of scaling something? What does that look like?
Oh man, that's been an awesome thing to watch. For I think we started doing validation calls, I want to say April or May, right in the beginning of production last year, which was all new to me, and I was calling it I was calling it daily. And and we saw I think the first four hit like immediately. And I know all those guys. Last year was a trial and tribulations year. We had a bunch of things to navigate through. It's a distant memory now.
Yeah,
We survived it, I would say.
yeah,
And I think we even thrived in it, to be honest with you. It was a huge success. My first year, I was profitable within 12 months. It was actually 8 months I was profitable in the green. And for a first year business to say that in any environment, especially a COVID environment, I think is just a testimony to the system and my work ethic and the support system that we have for sure. But it's been a ride, man, because now we're having people jump on board and I see them on our phones. I'm like, I don't know who this person is. I put Kevin of Idaho so I can have everybody else follow me. Like, where are you guys at? I don't even know where you're at, man. So, but it's been fun, man. Getting to know all the new owners that come on board, getting to see their backgrounds and why they're doing the business. That's fun, man. I mean, that's so cool because I was just there a year and a half ago, and I was all in, and these guys that are coming on board are all in and wanting to just pave the way for their future. And that's a really cool thing.
yeah, yeah,
And then all the knowledge that you guys have given me, Tyler, Matt, and you, I've been able to pass that on. They all look at me as the expert. I'm like, dude, I'm so new. I don't even know what you're talking about. But because I'm available and I'm there and I'm willing to help, that they come to me a lot for stuff. And I'm just appreciative that I have the knowledge to be able to share with these guys. So
yeah, yeah. Paint it back.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a beautiful part of the franchise model.
100%.
Most powerful part.
Exactly. There's a lot of work every week doing validation calls for 12 months straight. And then we had I think 5 or 6 guys that were all trained up and had been through the sales process and starting production. So that's the system, right? That's all you need to know. And they started helping out with validation calls, and now I'm once a month on a validation call and still contributing, just a lot less because we have the volume of people to support the system now. That's a saving grace right there, and I'm super grateful and thankful for that.
Yeah, it's been neat to see all these departments and the corporate team grow. And um, yeah, it's more than just Tyler, Matt, and myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember our Zoom calls, they were 2.5 hours long of just BSing sometimes.
Mainly just Matt.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt. A relational character.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's been fun, and we have plenty more things to do and ways to level up. A lot more milestones and celebrations to come. So um, yeah, and so you're getting ready to launch North Idaho, which
We
is
are.
exciting. You're about to hire on 2 more sales folks and continue to expand and scale your empire. Um, and expand into some other revenue generating silos. We were just talking before the call about commercial and these different opportunities in your market that you and your sales team now are looking to capitalize on.
Mhm.
So plenty of runway, plenty of
Yeah.
runway. Why do you think you're able to win with the line model in your market?
Oh, we set the stage for professionalism right from the get-go. So I would say, I tell people this all the time, our sales system on how we attack the market, we don't we don't let the market come to us, we attack the market. And that's number one in success. You have to go after what you want. Number two is how we present ourselves. And our sales system is so dialed in. I mean, Nick, you perfected it for 7-8 years, and we're able to teach and train us what you do verbatim, which is a huge saving grace, because I'm not creative. I can't come up with stuff like that to say. But right from the instance when we greet our clients on their doorstep to in the middle of a project, our professionalism is by far top notch. And then our relational aspect as well is right up there too. Why we succeed. I would say most clients get involved with us because they trust us. And that's why we win 90% of our bids, not because of price or location, because we're home based. So, but because people trust us, we win 90% of our jobs. And then we earn that relationship and get more jobs on top of those through their family and friends and their sphere of influence. If we were to go out on our own, we'd have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on marketing expenses just to make our name known. But the model's already set the stage for me to go into any market and be known within 3 to 4 months, and have a reputation there of these guys are good. They're gonna do what they say they're gonna do, and we can trust that they're gonna show up and be there for us. So I'd say that's our winning grace. Our sales system is top notch, and then the other factor is relationship, doing what you say you're gonna do.
Yeah. So, yeah, high level, like doing what you say you're going to do. There's a whole system. You said it many times. You're like the system, and really, doing what you say you're going to do is a whole system,
Mhm. Yep.
right? That's an easy, handful of words there to say, but there's a whole system behind how to do what you say you're going to do, and that establishing trust, building that relationship, and going out into the market. There's a whole system
Yeah.
that's standardized. Doesn't matter if you're in Boise or Charlotte or Columbus, Houston, where you're at across the country. Everybody's implementing the same sales process, which is ultimately in Leah, which you've talked about a few times with your new sales teams and that helping quickly ramp and scale multiple salespeople. But yeah, so we have a training in December, like I told you. Bring your sales team to corporate. We'll train them up. We'll spend that week getting them certified, and then they'll get out to market and be ninjas for you. Uh,
That's right.
so so personally, what is the or what are some of your most enjoyable parts of being a member and leader here in the Lime family?
I would say I can think of two things off the top of my head. One is getting to meet new people that have achieved high levels of success in their fields. I love being around positive people, and usually successful people are very positive for the most part. And I just love hearing stories of how they've succeeded and where they've come from. And the second aspect would be family time. I'm in control of my time to be able to be at all my son's football games, to be at all my daughter's golfing matches, and be able to fund those events as well. And we love giving back. I've been able to sponsor my son's football team and the booster club. Bought a parking spot for my truck. That's fun. But I'm a huge dream builder, and I love dreaming. But the cool thing about owning Lime is it's not just a dream, it's a goal now. It's totally achievable. So
Yeah, I love it. I'm inspired by that.
yeah, you bet. You got a lot of good years ahead of us. That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah. Yeah, man, just starting, for sure. What advice would you have for somebody considering business ownership?
Oh, don't wait. I wish I would have done this a long time ago. Do all the research that you need to do, talk to all the people that you can, lean on people for their experiences, but don't get distracted. That's probably my biggest piece of advice. Is it's easy to start something and then get distracted, but when you really settle on Lime after you go through all the validation and research, just do it. I mean, it's you'll never look back. It's a phenomenal thing. So
Yeah. Yeah, I was, even if it's not a Lime franchise per se, but business in general. I mean, it's absolutely right. I mean, just do it. I was in Charlotte about a month ago, and I was in a lift, and the driver was telling me, hey, he was asking what we were doing, and Jim and I were telling him, we're in town for the franchise, and kind of shared a little bit about what we did. And he's like, hey, I want to start getting into properties and investing and flipping, and I've been wanting to do this forever. I've been thinking about it for so long, and he was literally saying those words, and I was like, dude, you can't think about it. You just got to do it.
yep.
Just do it.
You'll figure out a way. I I pulled from three different financial sources to make it happen, and they all came together. But that was just perseverance, in my opinion. I made it happen. It just didn't happen on its own. It wasn't easy squeezy, like, oh, let's sign the documents. That's good. No, it was work to get this just funded. That was the first task. And then after that, it was just, pedal to the metal. And that's any business though, I chose to go with the Lime franchise because of the system and the support, and I saw validity in that market and opportunity. But that's in any market. Our ultimate goal is to own a dealership, a franchise dealership, car dealership, and that takes capital. And so that's what I'm working on growing now. So, and I don't know if that's going to be the same, 5-10 years down the road, or if it's going to change into other markets that we see opportunity in. But all business is finding a need and filling it, with a solution. So, and that's what we do for our clients.
And that's been your goal, your dream since day one. You obviously you came from the service dealership, and your heart's been in that since day one. Who knows? I mean, you're scaling a franchise like Lime, and you're able to put the right people in place and have a state developed. There's your annuity. We'll see where things are down the road, but my goodness, all great things to talk about. Dude, I'm super inspired by your story, and obviously over the past year and a half I've come to know you really well, and Man, I'm just so pumped to have you as a partner at Lime, and I genuinely mean that. And just yeah, thank you for everything. Thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, man.
It's been fun.
You
And
bet.
yeah, so if you've made it to the end here, comment, like, share. Appreciate the engagement.